AITA for refusing to help my friend with his charity run because he never says thank you and called me selfish? Okay, hear me out, Reddit. I'm sitting here wondering if I just burned a friendship to the ground or if I'm actually in the right for once. My buddy Greg has this annual charity run he organizes, and this year, I flat out told him I wasn't helping. He lost it, called me selfish, and now half our group chat is icing me out. The thing is, Greg never says thank you, not once in the 6 years I've known him, and I'm kinda done being his unpaid event planner. But I'm starting to feel like I kicked a puppy here. AITA, let me back up. I'm a 29-year-old graphic designer, and my life's basically a loop of deadlines, coffee, and scrolling X for memes at 3 a.m. I met Greg through a local board game group. Think sweaty basements, arguing over Settlers of Catan, the works. Greg's the guy who always brings fancy craft beer and acts like he's doing you a favor by sharing it. He's loud, charming, and has this knack for roping people into his projects. Like, you'll be debating whether Cthulhu could beat Godzilla, and suddenly you're signed up to repaint his mom's garage. That's Greg. His big thing is this charity run for a local animal shelter. It's a 5K, happens every spring, and pulls in maybe a couple grand for dog food and vet bills. Noble cause, right? I'm not a monster, I love dogs. I've got a mutt named Waffle who chews my sneakers like it's his job. First year I helped Greg, I designed the flyers for free. Took me 10 hours, and they slapped my pixelated logo on every telephone pole in town. Greg didn't say thanks, just texted, "Yo, these are dope. Can you make t-shirts too?" I brushed it off. Next year, I'm hauling water coolers and setting up folding tables at 6 a.m. No thank you. Just a fist bump and, "You're the man." By year 3, I'm basically co-organizing permits, sponsor emails, the whole deal. Zilch. Nada. Not even a nod. The setting for this drama is our town's community center. This funky old building with peeling paint and a vibe like it's stuck in 1987. Think creaky floors, posters for Tai Chi classes, and a vending machine that only spits out off-brand soda. That's where Greg holds his planning meetings, and it's where I started noticing how one-sided this all felt. There's this core crew, me, Greg, his girlfriend Tara, who's sweet but glued to her phone, and this guy Dave who's obsessed with ultramarathons and smells like kale. We'd cram into a meeting room, Greg would delegate like he's Steve Jobs, and I'd end up with a to-do list longer than a CVS receipt. Meanwhile, Greg's out there posting on X about building community, soaking up the likes. This year, things hit a breaking point. It's February, and Greg calls me while I'm microwaving leftover pad thai. "Yo, you in for the run? Need you on logistics." No hello, no how's it going. I'm staring at Waffle, who's giving me those big puppy eyes, and I just snap. I tell him, "Nah, man, I'm out this year." Silence. Then he laughs like I'm joking. I double down, "I'm serious. I'm done. You don't even say thanks." He gets all huffy, says I'm being petty, and, get this, calls me selfish for abandoning the dogs. The dogs. Like I'm out here stealing kibble from strays. I hang up, hands shaking, and chuck my phone onto the couch. The next week's a mess. Greg's texting the group chat, acting wounded. Guess some people don't care about the cause. Tara sends me a DM, all lowercase, like, "Greg's stressed? Can you just help?" Dave, the kale guy, posts a cryptic X story with a quote about real friends showing up. I'm livid but also second-guessing myself. I mean, it's for charity, right? But it's not just one thankless task. It's years of feeling like Greg's personal assistant. I fire back in the chat, probably too harshly. "I've been showing up for years. Where's my fist bump?" Crickets. Now nobody's inviting me to board game night, and I'm refreshing X like a loser, wondering if I'm the villain here. I keep replaying that call. Maybe I could have been nicer, explained it better. But every time I think about helping again, I remember Greg's smug, selfish jab and I want to scream. It's not about the dogs, it's about respect. Still, I'm losing sleep over this. Waffle's the only one not judging me, but he's biased because I sneak him bacon. So, Reddit, tell me straight. AITA for bailing on the charity run because Greg's an ungrateful jerk? Or am I just being a drama queen? AITA for telling my coworker her fundraising seemed sketchy and now she thinks I'm a trustless jerk? Alright Reddit, I need you to weigh in because I'm spiraling here. I work in a quirky little bookstore and one of my coworkers, Lena, started this big fundraising campaign for her brother's medical bills. I pointed out some stuff about it that felt off and now she's telling everyone I'm heartless and don't trust her. I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but the whole thing gave me scam vibes and I couldn't just nod along. Problem is, half the staff's giving me side-eye and I'm wondering if I should have kept my mouth shut. AITA? So, I'm 26, a part-time bookseller with a side hustle selling vintage bookmarks on Etsy. My life's pretty chill, reading sci-fi, arguing about the best coffee in town and dodging my landlord's texts about rent. The bookstore's my happy place, this cozy, cluttered spot called the Dusty Page. It's got creaky shelves, a resident cat named Bronte who naps on the romance section, and a vibe like you're stepping into a Wes Anderson movie. We're a tight crew. There's me, Lena, the fundraiser, our manager Priya, who's always stress-eating gummy worms, and Jamal, this college kid who's obsessed with manga and vapes outside on breaks. Lena's been here a year, and she's intense. She's 30, super charismatic, always wearing these loud floral dresses and posting X-reels about living your truth. She's nice enough, but she's got this habit of oversharing, like, you'll be shelving thrillers and she's telling you about her chakra cleanse or her brother's latest crisis. Her brother, Theo, is this mysterious figure she talks about constantly but nobody's met. Apparently, he's been in and out of hospitals forever and Lena's always manifesting his recovery. I don't know, it's sad, but I never pried. The fundraiser thing kicked off a month ago. Lena came in one morning, eyes all teary, saying Theo needed surgery ASAP, some rare condition, super expensive, insurance wouldn't cover it. She set up this crowdfunding page on an app I'd never heard of, not GoFundMe but something called HopeRaiser. Red flag number 1, the site looked janky, like it was coded in 2005, with clip art hearts and a donate button that flickered. She was pushing it hard, flyers by the cash register, QR codes taped to the coffee bar, even begging customers to chip in while they bought their lattes. It felt aggressive, but I figured grief makes people weird, right? Here's where it gets dicey. I'm no detective, but I'm nosy and I started poking around. The HopeRaiser page had 0 details, no hospital name, no specific diagnosis, just a blurry pic of a guy in a hoodie, supposedly Theo, and a goal of $10,000. Lena said they'd raised $3,000 already, but the progress bar hadn't moved in weeks. I checked her X, she was posting about buying new AirPods and planning a beach trip, which, okay, maybe she's coping, but it didn't scream family emergency. Then I saw a comment on the fundraiser from someone claiming to be Theo's friend, asking why nobody could visit him. Lena deleted it fast, but I screenshotted it like the creep I am. Last week, we're closing up, just me and Lena reorganizing the self-help section. Bronte's sprawled across a stack of green brown books and Lena's going on about how Theo's fighting so hard. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I said, hey, Lena, no offense, but the fundraiser feels kinda off. Like, there's no real info and that site looks sketchy. Her face went from sad to furious in 2 seconds. She snapped, wow, so you think I'm lying? You don't trust me at all, do you? I tried to backpedal, said I was just worried it might not look legit to donors, but she wasn't having it. She stormed off, leaving me to lock up alone, muttering about fake allies. The fallout's been brutal. Lena told Priya I accused her of fraud, which isn't exactly what I said, but close enough. Priya pulled me aside, gummy worms in hand, and gave me this lecture about team vibes and sensitive timing. Jamal's been weirdly quiet, just blasting his AirPods and avoiding eye contact. Lena's still pushing the fundraiser, but now she's got this martyr act going, sighing dramatically whenever I'm around. Customers are starting to notice. Some lady buying a yoga book straight up asked me why there's tension in here. I checked X and Lena's vague posting about people who judge instead of help with heart emojis and a link to HopeRaiser. It's got 200 likes and I'm paranoid she's subtweeting me. I feel like garbage. Maybe I should have just donated $20 and shut up. I mean, what if Theo's really sick and I'm out here playing Sherlock over nothing? But every time I try to apologize, Lena cuts me off with this wounded look and I'm back to thinking something's not right. I keep refreshing that fundraiser page, watching the progress bar stay frozen, wondering if I'm a cynic or just not an idiot. Bronte's the only one still acting normal, but she's a cat, so her bar's low. Reddit, am I the asshole for calling out Lena's fundraiser, or should I have minded my own business? AITA for not donating to a school fundraiser because I don't vibe with their cause. And now the other parents are acting like I'm a Scrooge? Okay. Reddit, I'm in a pickle and I need your unfiltered takes. My kid's school ran this big fundraiser and I didn't chip in a dime because, honestly, I think their cause is a waste of cash. Now the other parents are giving me death stares at pickup, and my inbox is blowing up with passive-aggressive group chat nonsense. I wasn't trying to start a war, but I'm not here to fake enthusiasm either. Still, I'm wondering if I'm the jerk for holding my ground while everyone else acts like I'm spitting on their kids' dreams. AITA? I'm 34. A single dad to a 7-year-old tornado named Milo. I run a small landscaping business, so my days are dirt, sweat, and trying to convince clients their lawn doesn't need a $5,000 koi pond. Milo goes to this public elementary school in our suburban town. Not fancy, but it's got heart. Think cracked playground pavement, murals of smiling suns fading on the walls, and a cafeteria that smells like tater tots 24/7. It's a good spot for Milo, who's obsessed with Pokemon cards and insists on wearing mismatched socks for luck. I'm not a PDA dad. I'm more the show-up late with a half-eaten donut type, but I try to stay involved. The fundraiser drama hit a few weeks ago. The school's big project this year is building an outdoor wellness garden. Sounds nice, right? Except the pitch was extra. They want meditation benches, a sensory labyrinth, whatever that is, and native plants to foster mindfulness. The flyer, printed on neon green paper, because of course, said it's to help kids find inner peace. Meanwhile, the library's got books from 1998, and the gym's basketball hoops are held up with duct tape. I'm no genius, but if we're raising $15,000, maybe fix the basics first? I muttered this to another dad at a soccer game and he laughed, but I could tell he didn't get it. Enter the parent crew. There's this clique, led by Heather, who's basically the queen bee of the school parking lot. She's always in athleisure, sipping an iced latte, and organizing something, bake sales, spirit weeks, you name it. Her ex-bio says, Mom, dreamer, changemaker, which tracks. Then there's Sanjay, a tech guy who's chill but follows Heather's lead, and Claire, who knits tiny hats for preemies and makes you feel like a slacker just by existing. They're all in this WhatsApp group called Sunnyvale Stars, which is 90% emojis and 10% guilt trips. I usually mute it, but Milo loves school, so I stick around. The fundraiser was inescapable. Kids got pledge sheets to beg neighbors for cash, and there was a wellness walk, where everyone wore tie-dye shirts and walked laps around the field. Milo came home with a flyer and these big eyes, asking if we could donate for the happy garden. I told him we'd talk about it, but inside, I was nope ing out. I don't buy this mindfulness stuff. Kids need to run around and scrape their knees, not sit on a fancy bench contemplating life. Plus, I checked the budget on the school's website. Yeah, I'm that guy. Last year's fundraiser went to a digital learning hub. That's just 6 iPads collecting dust. Hard pass. The breaking point came at the wellness walk. I showed up to cheer Milo on, and Heather corners me by the snack table, all smiles. Hey, haven't seen your name on the donor list yet, she says, like I forgot my lines in a play. I shrugged and said, yeah, I'm not really into this garden thing. I'd rather see the money fix the gym or something. Her face froze, like I just kicked her golden doodle. She goes, wow, okay. I guess not everyone cares about the kids' mental health. I laughed it off, thought she was joking, but then Sanjay chimes in, all serious. It's a community effort, man. Claire just knitted faster, lips pursed. I grabbed a Capri Sun and bailed to the bleachers, but I could feel the vibes shift. Now it's a whole thing. The WhatsApp groups popping off with messages like, grateful for our amazing community. Green heart, still time to donate. And I swear they're aimed at me. At pickup yesterday, Heather forgot to tell me about a class party, and Sanjay gave me this weird nod, like I'm on probation. Milo's fine, he's too busy trading Pikachu cards to notice, but I heard him tell a friend I don't like gardens, which stings. I tried explaining to him that it's not about flowers, it's about priorities, but he just asked if we could get a Squirtle plushie instead. I'm torn. Part of me wants to Venmo $20 to shut them up, but that feels like giving in to Heather's power trip. I'm not against helping the school. I volunteered for field trips and brought sod for the soccer field. But this garden feels like a vanity project, not a need. Still, I hate being the odd one out, and I'm worried Milo's gonna catch flack for my big mouth. I keep refreshing X, half expecting Heather to post some be kind meme that's secretly about me. Reddit, am I the asshole for skipping the fundraiser because I think it's dumb? Or are these parents just bullying me into their cult of kale and good vibes? AITA for asking a volunteer to stop handing out flyers outside my house, and now he's saying I'm against a good cause? Look, Reddit, I'm not trying to be the neighborhood Grinch, but I'm at my wit's end here. There's this guy who's been camped outside my house every weekend, shoving flyers in everyone's faces for some environmental cause, and I finally asked him to move along. He got all huffy, said I don't care about the planet, and now I'm getting dirty looks from half the block. I just wanted some peace in my own yard, but I'm starting to wonder if I came off like a jerk. AITA? I'm 31, a freelance coder who works from home in this sleepy little town. My life's mostly me, my laptop, and my 2 goldfish, Ping and Pong, who I'm pretty sure judge my life choices. I bought this fixer-upper house last year, think sagging porch, peeling blue paint, and a yard that's 80% dandelions. It's on a corner lot, right where the street meets a busy walking path to the town's farmer's market. Great for people watching, terrible for privacy. Every Saturday, it's a parade of strollers, dog walkers, and that one guy who jogs in flip-flops. I usually sip my coffee on the porch and vibe with my lo-fi playlist, but lately it's been chaos. The flyer guy, let's call him Ethan, showed up maybe 6 weeks ago. He's maybe 22, with a man bun and a hemp backpack covered in buttons like "Save the Bees" and "Compost is cool." He's part of this local eco-group pushing for a community solar farm, which, fine, sounds decent. But Ethan's intense. He plants himself on the sidewalk right by my mailbox, waving neon orange flyers like he's directing traffic. If you walk by, he's on you, rattling off stats about carbon footprints while you're just trying to carry your kale and artisanal soap home. I ignored it at first, live and let live, you know, but it's gotten old fast. My street's already a circus on weekends. There's a food truck that parks nearby blasting reggae covers, kids chalking hopscotch on the pavement, and don't get me started on the couple who rollerblades in matching tie-dye. Ethan's flyers are the cherry on top. They're littering my lawn, crumpled under my azaleas, stuck in my fence, even floating in Ping and Pong's tank once after I left a window open. I tried being chill, picking them up, recycling them like a good human. But last Sunday, I'm out weeding my pathetic garden and Ethan's yelling about solar justice while a mom with a toddler dodges him like he's handing out subpoenas. I lost it. I walked over, dirt on my knees, and said, "Hey, man, can you maybe hand these out somewhere else? It's kinda disruptive right here." Ethan blinked at me like I just confessed to clubbing seals. "Disruptive?" he says, clutching his flyers. "This is about saving the planet. You live here, you should care." I told him I recycle, I've got LED bulbs, whatever, but I just want my corner to be quiet. He scoffed, and goes, "Wow, so you're one of those people who don't support the cause." I'm standing there, holding a trowel, thinking, buddy, I just want to weed in peace. I didn't yell, just said, "Take it down the block, please," and went inside before I said something dumb. Now it's a mess. Ethan's still out there, but he's got backup 2 other volunteers, a girl with a nose ring and a dude in a Go Vegan shirt. They're not on my property, so I can't call anyone, but they're loud, pointing at my house when people pass, like I'm the villain in a Pixar movie. I overheard the nose ring girl tell a neighbor I hate green energy. My neighbor Mrs. Chin, who brings me dumplings sometimes, gave me this disappointed look when she grabbed her mail yesterday. The ex-community board's buzzing with posts about supporting local activism, and I'm paranoid they're subtweeting me. I even found a flyer taped to my mailbox with "Think Green" circled in red marker. Real mature. I feel like I'm trapped in my own house. I get it, climate change is real, solar farms are cool, blah blah. But why does it have to be my sidewalk? I'm not out here burning tires, I just want to drink my coffee without a side of guilt. I tried talking to Ethan again yesterday, offered to donate online if he'd move, but he just handed me a flyer and said, "Read up, maybe you'll get it." I'm tempted to blast death metal from my porch speakers, but that'd probably make it worse. Ping and Pong are no help, they just blow bubbles and stare. Reddit, am I the asshole for asking this guy to stop turning my yard into his soapbox, or should I have just smiled and eaten the flyers like a good neighbor? AITA for bailing on a volunteer event early because the organizer was a total jerk and now I'm being called irresponsible? Reddit, I need you to settle this because I'm still fuming. I signed up for this community cleanup thing, thinking I'd do some good, but the organizer was so rude I walked out halfway through. Now people are blowing up my phone, saying I'm flaky and irresponsible, and I'm wondering if I overreacted or if I was right to ditch. I just couldn't deal with being treated like garbage, but maybe I should have sucked it up for the cause. AITA? I'm 27, a barista with dreams of opening my own cafe someday. I spend most of my time pulling espresso shots, doodling latte art, and doom-scrolling X when the shop's slow. I live in this artsy coastal town where everyone's either a surfer, a poet, or both. The cleanup was at this local beach we call Jellyfish Cove, not because of actual jellyfish, but because the seaweed clumps look like them from the cliffs. It's a gorgeous spot. Turquoise waves, driftwood scattered like modern art, and gulls that'll steal your sandwich if you blink. But it's also a trash magnet, plastic straws, beer cans, even soggy flip-flops wash up daily. I heard about the cleanup on X, some post with a crying turtle emoji and a call for volunteers. I'm no saint, but I like the beach and I figured it'd be a chill way to spend a Saturday. Plus, my coworker Paloma, who's always roping me into stuff, said she'd be there with her famous mango smoothies. The event was run by this group, Tide Turners, led by a woman named Marla. I didn't know her, but her ex-profile was all whale photos and hashtag plastic-free hashtags, so I thought, cool, she's passionate. Day of, I show up in my ratty sneakers and a thrifted flannel, ready to pick up some litter. There's maybe 20 of us, Paloma with her smoothie cooler, a couple of high schoolers in tie-dye, an older guy named Hank who brought his own grabber tool, and this one dude in a bucket hat who kept quoting David Attenborough. The beach smells like salt and sunscreen, and there's a breeze making the palm fronds rattle. Marla's there in a neon vest, megaphone in hand, looking like she's about to lead a military operation. I figured she'd be intense, but intense is fine, beaches don't clean themselves. Then it starts. Marla's barking orders like we're recruits, not volunteers. Gloves on. Bags here. No slacking. Okay, whatever, I grab a trash bag and start picking up bottle caps. But she's everywhere, micromanaging. She snaps at Paloma for wasting time handing out smoothies, tells Hank his grabber's inefficient, and yells at the high schoolers for missing a straw. I'm trying to focus, but she zeroes in on me, says my section's a mess because I didn't sort the trash fast enough. I point out I filled 2 bags in 30 minutes, and she rolls her eyes, muttering, some people think half effort's enough. I'm sweating, sand in my socks, and now I'm pissed. An hour in, it's unbearable. Marla's screaming at Buckethead guy for sitting down, we're not here for a picnic. And I'm done. I'm not getting paid for this, and I didn't sign up to be her punching bag. I drop my bag by the collection pile, tell Paloma I'm out, and head to my car. Marla sees me and shouts, wow, quitting already? Typical. I don't engage, just keep walking, but I hear her tell the group, this is why we can't rely on everyone. My face is burning, but I drive off, blasting my punk playlist to drown out the embarrassment. The aftermath's a nightmare. Paloma texts me later, saying Marla called me irresponsible in front of everyone and acted like I sabotaged the whole thing. The Tide Turners X page posts a photo of the cleanup hall with a caption about dedicated volunteers. Guess who's not tagged? Hank DMs me, all polite, asking why I couldn't stick it out. Even the high schoolers are vague, posting on X with stuff like, commitment matters, tropical fish. Paloma's cool about it, says Marla's always been a lot, but I can tell she's annoyed I left her to deal with the vibe alone. The group chat's buzzing with, thanks for showing up, messages that feel pointedly not for me. I'm kicking myself now. Maybe I should have stayed, proved Marla wrong by killing it. The beach is cleaner, and I feel like a quitter for bailing. But every time I replay her voice, that condescending typical, I want to scream. I'm not a slacker, I work doubles at the cafe, I recycle, I even saved a crab from a plastic ring once. I just couldn't handle being her verbal punching bag. Now I'm dodging X, avoiding the beach, and wondering if I'm the problem. Reddit, am I the asshole for walking out on the cleanup because Marla was a bully, or did I let everyone down by not toughing it out?